Hi, Cassie Draper. Thanks for joining me today. I invited you to jump on a call with me because you just participated in the 5-day Master Your Gait Challenge. I believe you're a coach, right?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Would you
Mm.
like to share what part of the US you coach in?
I'm in Western Washington. I'm about an hour south of Seattle in the
Mm.
Tacoma metro area. So, mm,
Nice. Yeah, I have a few coaches in the Working Equitation Mastery Program. I think they find it useful because I simplify things down and provide enough details that help new people with their riding, so it
mhm,
helps them with their students as well.
yeah.
So what's your discipline that you normally do with your horses?
I typically do hunter jumpers. I lean more jumpers because that's the direction my horses lean. They don't have that very hunter type look to them, and so we
Mhm.
tend to go for jumpers. And I've dabbled in dressage a little bit. Most of my students are recreational riders though, so it's
Mhm.
mostly like beginner jumping, and a few students are more interested in more dressage and flat work, but most of the kids want to jump.
Yeah. So are you thinking about branching out into working equitation or just using it as cross training?
At first I was thinking cross training, but the more and more I've started looking into it and stuff, the more and more interested I am in it, especially because um I was thinking about going into eventing, but the whole getting my horse out to a course to practice and things like that in the
Mhm.
field and the logistics of that, working equitation just seems way more attainable. And also, I have 3 kids, so
Mhm.
it seems way less crazy and risky too
Yes,
than
I hear you. Yeah, and good for your students for the same reason. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that I like most about working equitation is that when the riders are learning to work the obstacles the way they do, it focuses on the quality that they need with for the dressage work. So it
Mhm.
helps keep dressage horses engaged.
Yeah.
But it's also great for other obstacle disciplines because it builds the correct muscle and form to perform.
Mhm.
So that's awesome that you're working on continuing your education and getting more tools to share with your horses and your students.
Mhm. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Marky.
Marky is an off-track thoroughbred. He came out of Emerald Downs. So he raced as a 3 year. He did 2 maiden races as a 3-year-old and 2 maiden races as a 4-year-old.
Mhm.
Um, and did not live up to his A+ Nick pedigree. And so the syndicate cut their losses. He worked as a ponying horse for a little bit, and they put him out with the babies. And then he went on to a really lovely backyard home. They
Mhm.
said that he was really good. They could hop on and ride him wherever they wanted. Um, but they wanted to accelerate his training. Put him in with a really good trainer, but for whatever reason, that just did not click with this trainer.
Mhm.
And she said he came back just really kind of weird, is her words. And he was kind of neurotic after he came back.
Yeah.
Um, and I do know this trainer. He's a really, really good trainer with a lot of problem horses, but he is more Pirelli based.
Mhm.
And um, I think Marky's just one of those horses that it just isn't the best approach for him. So then
Mhm.
he came to my mom's house. As a trade for equestrian vaulting lessons. And he was my mom's for a little bit. He just was kind of too much horse for everybody else. So he
Mhm.
became my horse like
Cool.
3 years ago. And so he's 11 now, I want to say. He's 11
Mhm.
or 12. And so he's had a lot of downtime. So we'll get things picked up, and then um we'll have some downtime. Like we had a lot of downtime during COVID shutdown because I've had a really bad fall off of him.
Mhm.
And in my physical therapist's own words, I have the worst ankle sprain she's ever seen without the ankle being broken.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
so that took me out of commission for a really long time. And then with kids being stuck home for the next whole school year, my not all of my kids were back in school until 2021.
Oh, yeah.
And so, we had a lot of downtime then. And so we're really just kind of picking things back up
Mhm.
and really kind of working on stuff now. And he's at a point too where he's like, yes, I love working. I really love working for you. And he's a really
Nice.
chill horse. Like, he'll work his heart out for you as long as he knows that you're going to treat him respectfully and be patient with him. He's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. That's
yeah.
nice. Yeah, it's interesting how, and this is where I differ from
Mhm.
most trainers, because that's what I did most of my life was a trainer. Trainers have a plan, a system,
Mhm.
and maybe 80% of the horses will go along with that, but the ones that don't just can't handle the plan.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was my way, was always, what does the horse need?
Mhm.
What, reading the horse, what's going on with them? Do I need to change what I'm doing? Just like kids.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So had you done gates before with him?
I've tried them here and then. He's really, really weird about the gait. And I don't know if I do know looking through his race notes that he did have issues with the gate.
Right, the
Um,
starting gate. Yeah.
yeah, because he would come out of the gate really, really slow. And we've figured out if he's in the back, he has no interest with keeping up with everybody ahead of him. And
Oh
so we
yeah.
would just come, but if he's in front, he'll go, go, go. And so he'd come out of the gate really, really slow and then just lag the whole entire race and come in across the finish line like 15 lengths behind the next
Wow.
slowest horse. So yeah. And so I know that was an issue. But I don't know if perhaps at the trainer before me, if they did gates and it just went south too,
Yeah.
because there is a lot of trauma there.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, and as you saw, because you had the course, there's a lot of different steps to prepare a horse for a gait. And
mhm,
people that have had those 80% of horses that just do things easy don't
mhm,
necessarily know all those steps, because
yeah,
every other horse, they only had to do the odd numbered steps, not the even numbered ones. So,
uh-huh.
yeah. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts about the lessons and how you feel they helped you to help him.
I really liked how it was all lined out. Um, it it felt really easy to find the checklist and be like, okay, we need to work on getting this really good. I follow Warwick Schiller too, and so
Mhm.
he's really big on his checklist too. Like, so it's like, okay, we get this really good, then we work on this, and when that's really good, then we can work on this, and then each
Mhm.
time we go in, you start back at the top of the checklist, and even though it was really good last time, you still
Yeah,
start at the top of it. And so
exactly.
yeah, so going in with that checklist with the lesson, I didn't work all the way through the lessons because I haven't done it with an actual physical gait yet.
Mhm.
But so we're still in the middle of that checklist, but knowing that we were able to get down to the middle of the checklist as well as we were with how weird he is about tight spaces and
Mhm.
going through the gate while he's being ridden was really cool. And I also liked how we were able to go in and see the videos and how you would really describe how to use the seat too through the different movements was
Yeah,
super, super helpful because I've never seen anybody break down the seat the way that you broke down the seat in the course. So
awesome. Yeah, so that's in the turn on the forehand and the turn on the haunches lessons that I
yeah.
added in there. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where for both turn on the forehand and leg yield,
Mhm.
side passing, which is the next challenge, if they're not working, people want to just get stronger with their aids. And of course, when
Mhm.
they get stronger with the leg, the body goes over here and you want the horse over there. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's just things there's a lot of things that my coaches were never able to teach me because they were naturals at it, and
Mhm.
they just did it without thinking. I'd have to literally sit there if I wanted to do a turnaround or a spin on a horse. I sit there on a chair and I'd go, this rein up, this rein out, this rein up, this, because otherwise
Mhm.
I'd end up over here.
Yeah.
Or you just put them on and you don't have the timing.
Mhm.
So yeah, I spend a lot of time riding horses with my eyes closed and just feeling what's the horse doing to me? How
Mhm.
can I slightly influence that? So that's where that came from.
Yeah. No, it was super helpful. And I think that's been one of my favorite things about your courses that I've started going through is those descriptions because I've never had a coach describe that to me. And you do the best that you can
Mhm.
with what you have. But yeah, like that lateral movement and stuff just kind of didn't it it was a big hole in my education. And so
Yeah.
everything as far as that goes, I've had to go in and like find in videos and books and stuff. And so seeing it written out like that was like, okay, this is the timing, this is how it works. And it was done in such a succinct way that it was really, really easy to get a grasp of. So
Awesome. That's so
yeah.
nice to hear. Wait till you get to go to the Beyond the Basics course because you bought the mastery program and go to the turn on the haunches and timing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really interesting. I played around with it some today.
Perfect.
So.
Okay. So the first forward video is a little long as you nicely followed the directions and put in lots of stops to help him saddle.
Mhm.
So we'll have a look at that. Yes, he was a little fidgety at the beginning of the week.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does not like standing around very much.
Mhm.
It's getting a lot better. We've been doing a lot of just tacking up and I get on him during lessons and sit in the middle of the arena doing nothing with him.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I
um
saw that you petted him lots, which is great. That's one of the I mean, that can be a standstill cue all on its own. So,
mhm.
uh, yeah, and then we talked about using the turn on the hindquarter steps to help him to not go behind the bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did figure out because I went into that beyond the basics and I looked at the rainback one.
Mhm.
I had been taught to really tuck my seat under, like I was doing a big halt for the rain back, feeling for the shift. And you describe it going the other way and spilling the pelvis full in front.
Mhm.
So I played with that with him today, and he was so much softer in the backup
That's great to
too.
hear.
So
Yeah.
So I think that was a big part of it with the backing is that I was just trying to really kind of use too much to get him to go back
Mhm.
because my seat wasn't really where it needed to be to get him to back up.
Yeah, and it works for a lot of horses to tuck your tailbone under, basically keep that stop position while you rein back. But these more
Mhm.
sensitive horses don't like to bring their back up into that. So
Mhm.
I'm glad you tried it and then it worked for them. All right. So what do you think it would have looked like if you hadn't taken the extra time? If you'd just said, we're doing this, the gait, we're moving your feet.
Oh no, it's a nightmare. He he gets super prancy. I've never had him rear with me under saddle, but going through the gate, there has been times where he feels really light on the forehand, like he could
Mhm.
go up. Um, he So yeah, he gets really, really prancy when you ride through the gate, and then once you're like halfway through, if you're not on top of it, he would just run. If you
Yeah.
weren't holding it back at all, he would just bolt through it. And luckily, I've never had that happen, but Yeah, it's
Well,
not
good thing you
pretty.
took your time.
So
And now at the end of the 5 days, he's a little happier
mhm.
hanging out there.
Yeah, yeah, and I can even, I can't get him swung around to close it, but I can bring him up to the arena gate,
Mhm,
and it takes a long time, but I can get him up to it, and I can open it up like 6 inches, and then we walk away, and then we come back, and we open it up like another 6 inches, and then we walk away, and we come back, and so it takes a little while, but we can do it,
mhm.
and he will just walks right through on a loose rein now, so I'm gonna
Awesome.
call it a win.
Yeah, definitely on especially on a loose
So,
rein.
yeah.
All right,
So
we'll have a quick look at your day 5 forward video. That was a lot smoother turn on the forehand into position now.
mhm. Yeah, that just got easier and easier as the week went.
Very nice and controlled.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you still got the little habit of wanting to duck behind the bit, but it'll come. Now you have
Yeah.
some new tools.
Mhm. Well, I feel like even at the end of the week, it was so much better at the end of the week, and he was so much less fidgety.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, that's what I noticed because I got to watch the videos each day during the week was that
mhm.
he just got more and more solid at,
Mhm.
relaxing.
Yeah. Well, he really is. He's a horse that does better with a lot of consistency during the week. Even, I mean, not necessarily hard rides, just lots and lots of rides all week long. So,
Mhm. All right, so let's have a look at the reverse gate. Okay, day 1, your reverse gate. Had he ever done reverse gates before?
no, this was brand spanking new to both of us. So, uh, and I remember thinking when we worked on this, he's so big, there was no way he could just fit in between there.
Yeah.
And obviously, as the week went on, we figured out he did.
Yeah, so there you had to turn on the haunches to start to make sure you had enough room to get through, and we're gonna see a change on that for the end of the week and
Mhm.
also a lot shorter video.
Oh, that's how I knew that they were getting better because the videos kept getting shorter and shorter.
Alrighty, nicely done. Yeah, so there's always 10 years from now, you can send me a video and I'm gonna find little things to comment on. So there's always little
Yeah.
things, which you know as a coach. But yeah,
Hmm.
definite improvement over the 5 days.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at your day 5 one. Yeah, already standing quietly there.
Yeah. Well, we had a point too as the week went. He was like, "Oh, there's a standard. Got to stand sideways right next to it."
Yeah, that's the nice thing about focusing on something for a few days, even if it's just short pieces of lessons.
Uh-huh.
So the 5 days went pretty fast?
They did. Yeah. I was like, "Oh my goodness, it's already done." But it was good. I really enjoyed how accountable it kept me
Mhm.
to make sure that I was pulling them out every day and really working on it. And then of course, as you get going, it just kind of snowballs.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
yeah.
so are you happy with your progress?
Oh, I am so happy with it. I am really, really amazed actually that it went from that fidgety, I don't know exactly what we were doing to at the end. with the forward gait was still kind of rough feeling, but the reverse gait especially, just it was like something clicked and it was like, okay, this is actually pretty easy. Um
Yeah.
and and like, yeah, that reverse gate especially was pretty awesome. And just the way it spilt over into his other schooling too has been really, really nice.
What do you want to elaborate on that just a little bit?
Well, I just like he's a lot less fidgety. And I've noticed he's working out of his zoomies, like he gets the zoomies really bad sometimes. And he's working out of the zoomies a lot faster. And there's a lot more control there too when he does get them. So um and the other big thing I've noticed too today when I was riding him, so usually how the pattern goes is I get on him, we walk around, and he's kind of lazy when we are warming up, and does this like lazy trot, and then we take that first walk break, and then after that first walk break, it's zoomy time, and
Okay.
he just gets his mindset on, okay, we got to canter. And sometimes the canter's kind of sloppy until he gets the zoomies out, and then he kind of works into it, and then he's good, but he's tired good. Um, and now we're doing our flat work, and he's not just hopping straight into those zoomies after that first walk break. Um, and then when we do canter, he is staying really upright in the canter.
Mhm.
Um, and he's got a really good, like we're getting a really, really good um, canter transition, not just from the trot, but from the halt and the canter to those transitions down are looking nicer and nicer, and they're staying more and more upright.
Mhm.
And he's also, I've noticed, doing his little head bob shake thing a lot less when he
The
does have to be
that
still.
thing where he
Oh yeah, yeah, he does that thing all the time when he is getting impatient and wants to
yeah,
just run. And that's getting much better. So,
awesome. Lots of
mhm,
fringe benefits.
yeah,
So how long do you think the progress you made on the gate would have taken you on your own?
on my own, I don't know that we would have ever gotten it figured out on my own. So, because I've never had a coach break it down for me. So I always thought you just rode up to the gate and pushed it open and then you rode through it. And so, it's like you were saying, I was missing a lot of steps there just because nobody had taught me all the steps. So,
That's
yeah,
normal.
on our own, we would not have, it would not have been good.
And you said the same thing that I often think. The reverse gate was actually
Yeah.
really easy. And most people wouldn't agree with you on that. But that's because they've conditioned their horse to go through it forward, and the horse just goes, "Are you nuts? We don't do it the other way."
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's why it's easier with Marky going backwards because it feels different to him. It doesn't have
Yeah.
that same association with going into a tight space and then running out of it.
Mhm.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, as a trainer, um, I, I was the majority, other than starting colts, the majority of horses I worked with were problem horses. And I
Uh-huh.
always worked them from the right side because I always did all my groundwork first, but I always worked them from the right side
Hmm.
and got through the problems a lot faster because they didn't really have the problems on the right like they did on the left where everybody else
Yeah.
had worked with them.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, same deal of the backwards or forwards thing.
Mhm.
So I don't even have to ask if you'd participate in another one of my courses because you signed up for Working Equitation Mastery,
Yeah.
and it has most of my courses.
Mhm.
And you got the support option, so you get to participate in the next challenge too.
Mhm.
And you had the support option this time. So let's talk a little bit about the community and the feedback, and tell me how that helped you.
I thought it was really interesting being able to go and see other people's videos and what everybody else is working on.
Mhm.
And I liked how when you because the comments that you make are uploaded into the community, so we can see all of them, and just breaking it down with the timestamps, like this is what's happening here and here and here, and being able to watch because um so I feel like that helped a lot too, even speeding it up and being able to see, okay, this happened because the rider did this to try and fix the horse, or the horse did this because the rider did this. Just seeing that breakdown and being able to train my eye a little bit better too.
Yeah.
Because everybody, like, some of the problems were the same, but some people had totally different problems than other people too. So it was cool being able to see how you worked through with people to problem shoot them,
Mhm.
and also just how responsive you were in the group. It was really easy to go in because I knew that the feedback was going to be there fairly quickly.
I thought I was a little
And I
slow this
really
time,
enjoyed
actually.
I really, really enjoyed the feedback a lot, and how it's like, okay, this is my homework for today. And this is what we're going to work on. And knowing that, like, if we didn't get to it, it was okay. But I mean, obviously Marky was cool. He was like, okay, we can do it. So, but I don't get a lot of pushback from him either these days. He's like, okay, whatever. Your boss. I trust you. So
The big thing, having the trust. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, the side pass is coming up in June. I might be running it a little bit differently, but because you're a mastery member, you're still going to get feedback. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there and seeing how has he done that sort of thing before with a pole?
Um, we attempted it once for a trail class, and that was really weird. He got very, very worried about it.
Yeah.
And I do know that the last trainer does a lot of pole work. And so he does a lot of backing and lateral work. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if it was just he got pushed through too fast. And then just the aids got too big, maybe. So, but we'll do it because we need to work on
Yeah.
it. So,
I was just thinking about the trainer, and you said a lot of backing and lateral movement and stuff, and it's quite possible he just got sore and
mhm,
didn't want to go there again.
yeah.
Okay, well, if you get around to doing something with a pole on the ground before we start the course, go
Mhm.
ahead and shoot your before video.
Okay.
but,
Mhm. Yeah, it'll be lovely.
but otherwise, yeah, we'll be somewhere. I think it's around June 14th. So
Okay.
thanks so much for your time today.
All right. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.